The story begins on a deserted island. Heavy military trucks and helicopters are moving through the forest. This convoy is transporting a girl named Lynn, along with her 2 assistants, to a high-tech research facility. As the trucks move along the dirt road, a small snake gets crushed under one of the tires. It seems like nothing, just a minor accident, but then something strange happens. The dead snake suddenly starts moving and comes back to life. Right away, it's clear. Something unnatural is happening on this island. Soon, they reach their destination, a massive hidden research center. Inside, scientists are conducting dangerous genetic experiments on snakes. The atmosphere in the lab is tense. One assistant nervously tells the lead scientist that their latest experiment has failed again. He warns that they should stop, because if this illegal research continues, the outside world will eventually find out and shut everything down. But the head scientist, Dr. Q, refuses. He is completely obsessed with the project. He says stopping now would mean losing millions of dollars, and he's not willing to let that happen. Outside the lab, things are even more disturbing. Scientists are dumping thousands of genetically modified snakes from large containers into a deep pit. The sight alone is enough to make anyone uneasy. Inside, Lynn stands in front of a massive glass chamber, and inside that chamber is their greatest creation, a giant snake. This creature is the result of all their experiments. Using its genes, they were trying to create more snakes just like it, stronger, more dangerous. At that moment, Lynn realizes everything has gone too far, so she makes a bold decision. She orders her team to delete all the data and erase every piece of evidence. She also commands the soldiers to burn all the snakes outside and destroy the entire lab. Dr. Q begs her for one last chance, but Lynn refuses. She presses a button that injects a toxic chemical into the giant snake, but instead of working, it makes the creature even more aggressive. The snake lets out a loud, terrifying scream, a mix of pain and rage. The sound echoes across the entire facility. Outside, all the smaller snakes hear it and react to their leader's call. Chaos begins. The giant snake starts smashing against the glass, trying to break free. Lynn, now terrified, activates an emergency system to burn the creature inside the chamber. Flames fill the glass enclosure, but even fire doesn't stop it. At the same time, outside the facility, thousands of smaller snakes begin attacking the soldiers and scientists. Everything turns into complete panic. Seeing the situation spiral out of control, Lynn grabs her assistant and runs toward a helicopter. Meanwhile, the soldiers quietly take down the scientist from behind, stopping him from exposing the truth. But the real problem is still alive. The giant snake finally breaks out of the glass chamber. Now fully unleashed, it starts attacking everyone around. No weapon seems to stop it. Lynn manages to get into the helicopter and escapes, telling her assistant to handle the situation. On the ground, the remaining soldiers and assistants try to regroup, but an entire swarm of snakes blocks their path. In the sky, the giant snake suddenly leaps upward and destroys another helicopter mid-air. At this point, survival becomes almost impossible. One soldier tries to escape in a truck, but the snake chases him. The truck falls off a mountain and is completely destroyed. Meanwhile, 2 assistants are running through the forest, trying to survive. The giant snake catches up to them and attacks, badly injuring one of them. Her partner tries to save her, even risking his life, and manages to stab the snake in the eye. The pain forces the snake to throw the girl away, but she doesn't make it. Her partner is devastated, but the snake returns. At the same time, 2 soldiers try escaping through a river in a boat, but the giant snake follows them into the water and takes them out as well. And then the story jumps forward a few years. Now we are on a luxury cruise ship. The movie continues on the luxury cruise ship, where everything seems normal at first. Music playing, people dancing, and a relaxed atmosphere all around. Among the passengers, we meet Yan. He looks sharp, observant, and physically strong. But more than that, he's very alert. At one point, he notices a girl secretly taking photos of him and his group. He immediately stops her and asks, "Why are you taking our pictures?" The girl, whose name is Lee, explains that she works for a magazine. But Yan isn't convinced. He takes her camera and deletes all the photos. That's when Lee says something unexpected. "I know who you're looking for." Yan is shocked. But before he can ask anything else, the entire ship suddenly starts shaking. At first it feels like a normal disturbance, but then something horrifying appears. Thousands of snakes begin crawling up the walls of the ship, spreading across the entire deck. Within seconds, the party turns into pure chaos. People start screaming, running in every direction. Jan immediately realizes the danger. He grabs Lee and pulls her along, trying to escape. As they run, he tries to ask a crew member what's happening. But before the man can answer, the same giant snake suddenly emerges from the darkness and takes him out. It's the same monster from the island. Now, everyone is in complete panic, but Yan and Lee stay focused. They gather as many people as they can and start moving together. Everywhere they look, there are snakes. The same genetically altered ones that were dumped into the pit years ago. Jan picks up an axe to defend himself and keeps moving forward. Soon they reach a hallway where they find a rich man locked safely inside a VIP room. People outside are begging him to open the door and let them in, but he refuses, and within moments, he pays the price. Small snakes enter his room through the air vents, and he doesn't survive. Hearing his screams, everyone becomes even more terrified. Jan leads the group toward the engine room, where they meet an old man trying to protect his granddaughter. Jan decides to help them as well. At this point, Jan notices something important. These snakes can't see or hear normally. They respond to vibrations, to footsteps, they track movement. Realizing this, Jan signals everyone to stay completely still. Everyone freezes. They hide behind machines, barely breathing. And then, the giant snake enters the room. It moves slowly, trying to detect any movement. It comes dangerously close to them. But since no one moves, it begins to leave. But just then, a girl's phone rings. That single sound changes everything. The snake immediately attacks, rushing toward the noise. Everyone starts running again, trying to escape. They make their way upstairs and enter a large industrial freezer. Once inside, they shut the heavy door. Outside, the snake slams into it again and again, but it doesn't break. For now, they're safe. But inside the freezer, a new problem begins. The temperature keeps dropping. If they stay there too long, they won't survive. While they're trying to figure out what to do, Jan notices something serious, bitten by a snake. They don't have any medicine. Jan realizes they can't stay here forever, so he comes up with a risky plan. He'll go outside and distract the snake, giving everyone else a chance to escape. But before he can act, his friend Ju stops him. And then, something unexpected happens. The injured boy suddenly opens the freezer door and runs outside. He knows he won't survive anyway, so he sacrifices himself. The moment he runs, the snake follows him. This gives everyone else the chance to escape. Seeing this, Jan is completely shaken and furious. But there's no time to stop. The remaining survivors move toward the captain's bridge. When they get there, they find the captain lying dead, and the ship completely stopped. They need to restart it. Lee steps forward and says, "I know how to operate it." As they try to bring the ship back to life, a massive explosion shakes everything. From outside, we see the truth. The giant snake has come out of the water. It's so massive now, it coils around the entire ship. It attacks the deck with full force. Jan and Ju go outside to face it, but Jan quickly realizes the ship won't survive this, so he gives an order. He tells Ju to get everyone into the lifeboats. Meanwhile, he stays behind, alone. He begins spreading fuel across the ship. His plan is clear. He's going to burn the entire ship down. At the same time, Lee and the others escape in lifeboats, waiting at a distance, hoping Jan somehow survives. Then suddenly, a massive explosion. The ship catches fire. For a moment, it feels like Jan is gone. But then, they see someone rising from the water. It's Jan. He made it. Everyone pulls him into the boat, and he collapses, exhausted. The next morning, their lifeboat reaches an island. Jan regains consciousness. They step onto the shore. But their nightmare is not over, because this island is filled with even more deadly creatures. As soon as Jan and the others step onto the island, they realize something feels off. For a brief moment, it seems quiet, but that silence doesn't last. Suddenly, one of the girls accidentally hits her foot against what looks like a rock. But the moment she does, the ground starts shaking. Those aren't rocks, they are massive buried creatures. Huge, terrifying monsters that live underground. One of them rises up and quickly grabs a girl who was too close, and she doesn't survive. Everyone freezes in fear. It becomes clear that these creatures are blind, but they react to blood and movement. The girl who got injured had triggered them. Jan quickly understands this and tells everyone to move slowly, without making sudden movements. Carefully, step by step, they manage to escape from that area and move deeper into the jungle. After some time, they come across a supply camp that looks like an abandoned military base. There are weapons, bombs, and equipment scattered around. They collect whatever they can for protection. They even find a walkie-talkie and try calling for help. but there's still no signal. With no other option, they move forward again. But danger follows them. Soon, they encounter a giant spider. Before anyone can react properly, it attacks one of the men, and he doesn't survive. Panic spreads again, and everyone starts running. They try everything to stop it: bullets, bombs, anything they have, but nothing seems to work. Eventually, while escaping, they find a hidden building and rush inside for safety. And then, they realize something shocking. This is the same research facility from the beginning. Inside, it's dark, dusty, and abandoned. The walls are covered with images of snakes, and the remains of dead scientists lie scattered across the floor. Suddenly, the lights turn on. Jan gets confused. He didn't touch anything. This means someone else is there. Suspicion begins to grow. Everyone decides to rest for a while, but one man quietly slips away, exploring the place alone. He moves a poster on the wall and finds a hidden diary, and that's when the truth is revealed. That man is Dr. Q. He was never dead. He had only pretended, and even worse, he is the one who brought all of them to this island. He was the one who caused the ship incident, because he wanted to return here, not to destroy the snake, but to control it, because he created it. At the same time, Jan explores deeper into the facility and finds a cave-like area, and inside, the giant snake. It survived the explosion on the ship. The moment it sees Jan, it recognizes him and immediately attacks. Just then, Ju steps in. He sacrifices himself to give Jan a chance to escape. Jan rolls out, and the heavy doors close automatically, trapping Ju inside with the monster. Lee tries to calm him down, and at that moment, the walkie-talkie suddenly activates. A rescue team has finally received their signal. Help is coming. By the next morning, everyone feels relieved, but Jan doesn't. There's no happiness in his eyes, only anger. He says, as long as that monster is alive, we're not leaving. He wants revenge, so he makes a plan. He assigns everyone specific roles to help take down the creature, but before they can act, Dr. Q reveals himself. When Jan confronts him, Dr. Q attacks him with a knife, trying to protect the monster he created. Jan fights back and injures him. Even while hurt, Dr. Q laughs and admits everything. It was all his plan. He believes he is the god of the snake. At that moment, the doors open, and the giant snake appears. Dr. Q walks toward it, believing he can control it. The very creator of the monster becomes its victim. Now, it's Jan's turn. He executes his plan. He leads the snake toward the mountainside, to a valley below, where those underground monsters are sleeping. Once there, he throws a bottle filled with blood down into the valley. The smell spreads instantly. All the underground creatures awaken. At the same time, the giant snake lunges at Jan, ready to take him out. But at the last second, Jan dodges, and the snake falls down into the valley. The underground monsters immediately swarm it. They attack the giant snake from all sides. The snake fights back, twisting, struggling, roaring. But this time, it loses. The monster that once ruled everything is finally taken down. In the final scene, the next morning, Jan, Lee, and the remaining survivors stand on the shore. In the distance, a rescue ship appears. After everything they have been through, they are finally safe. Exhausted, injured, but alive. And as the sun rises over the island, their nightmare finally fades away.